Welcome, everyone. I've been watching this disqualifying hearing for Fani Willis today with her gigolo boy toy Nathan Wade on the witness stand, and I got to tell you, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, it is really amazing how the corruption of Fani Lewis is being exposed here. And it is so much fun to watch. Fani Willis here, she thought, for some reason, I don't know why she thought this, but for some reason, she thought that she could arrest a president of the United States, get his mugshot, arrest, 19 others that she picked up with President Trump, bring them up on a bunch of BS charges, and she just could travel around with her gigolo boy toy, paying him cash along the way. You know, I mean, if you watch this hearing, his responses on the witness stand, Nathan Wade, the boy toy. So he would go around. They traveled to Tennessee, Napa Valley, Aruba. They were on this cruise together. There were some other trips, and Miami here in Florida. And he would put everything on his credit card, and then she'd pay him back in cash. And you know, where did that cash come from? Where was Fani Willis getting all this cash that she was giving to her gigolo? It doesn't seem any more sleazy. They go on these vacations, which are obviously sex-fueled vacations. You know, they're all about hooking up and everything on these trips. And she's paying him on with cash. I wonder if she handed him the cash or did she leave it on the dresser? You know, and what happened with all that cash? You know, it had to be a lot for all these expensive vacations. I don't know where did she take it out of petty cash from the DA's office? I don't know, but you know what? We're going to find out, aren't we? And you know, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Now, when this Trump case gets tossed because of all this corruption in Fulton County, what's going to happen to all these people that made deals like Jenna Ellis, you know, and pled guilty? Oh, it is the sleaziest, scummiest thing. I mean, it looks like what it is. I mean, you've seen Fani. You know, this guy's with her because of the power, the money, and the connections, right? I'm getting some work done on my car, so I'm sitting outside, out in front of the garage, waiting for them to work on the car. So I thought I'd live stream and just enjoy another victory by the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. It'll help take the sting out of the price I got to pay to get the car fixed. But maybe Fani could come by and pay for my car repairs in cash. You know, a couple of things with these attorneys today. The male attorney, okay, called Nathan Wade Mr. Willis a couple times. Did you guys get? And believe me, that was not a mistake. He called him Mr. Willis. It's like that's like so humiliating for a guy like that, Mr. Willis. And everyone in the courtroom's laughing. Oh my goodness. But when the lady attorney was questioning him, she had asked about going to this condo of Fani Willis's and said, asked him if he went there. He says, yes, I've been there. And she said, and you spent the night? And he says, no, I never spent the night. So he'd go over there, they'd have sex, and then he'd leave. And I'm guessing the reason that he left, I don't know, but he had to be home because he's married. So, and you know, his wife, you know, Nathan Wade's wife is watching all this, and all of his ex-wife's friends are watching this, and she's getting pissed, and she's getting worked up. She's seeing, you know, she's like, all this cash, where'd all this cash go? Did he declare all that cash in the divorce when she was? I don't think so. So it's just a great day, guys. I mean, who would have ever have thought in a million years that things would turn so quickly on these evildoers with their lawfare. Oh, couldn't happen to nicer people. I gotta tell you though, I hate getting work done on the car. I really hate getting work done on the car. First off, auto repairs are too damn expensive, and I have an appointment, and I'm sitting here, and the car hasn't even gone in yet. You know, what good's the appointment if they don't honor the appointment? Why am I waiting? If I have an appointment, it should be in there, right? But I'm waiting. They're in no hurry at the auto repair shop, I'll tell you that much. But, you know, all these cases that they've brought against President Trump, none of them are going to hold up. But this one here, the Fani Willis case in Fulton County, was the one they really thought they were going to get him on. By the way, welcome, everyone. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in Florida. It's a little cloudy over my head right now, but it's 75 degrees, and which is really kind of like the perfect temperature, 75. And just enjoying the Trump victories. You know, the case in Fulton County, though, was the one that was supposed to end Trump's hopes of becoming elected and being president and all this stuff, and it's completely fallen apart. And, you know, Nathan Wade and Fani are going to be in so much trouble with all these financial... Okay, they're taking the car in now. Let me see. Let me see if they're taking it in the bay. Great. It's always weird to see somebody driving your car. Awesome. All right. Ugh. I'd like to have dropped the car off and come back and get it later, but hopefully it won't take too long to get the work done. They're going to get in trouble for this. I mean, there's got to be some type of embezzlement going on. I mean, where, you know, these vacations they took were thousands of dollars. Like Nathan Wade was talking about the Napa Valley trip and said that she paid for the excursions. How much are excursions to all these vineyards and wine excursions in Napa Valley? They got to be so expensive. And my guess would be that Fani travels first class. You know. And when he was talking, it was like he was talking about how she can't travel like a normal person, that, you know, she's very well known, very famous. I don't think she's well known. If you were out somewhere outside of Atlanta and you saw Fani Willis, if you noticed her, you probably wouldn't know who it was. You'd probably say, "Oh, that person looks familiar. I think I know that person somewhere." People aren't running up going nuts. "Oh, Fani Willis is here." And when I was watching him testify about all that, about how famous she is, and she can't travel like a normal... Oh, they went to Belize together too, you know. He is in this head that they've done nothing wrong, that they're on the up and up. I mean, he's got a lot of arrogance against him, but that's going to turn around real quick, because, you know, a lot of lawyers that are in small private practices like this are sleaze. They're lawyers. Look what happened when they broke into Michael Cohen's office. And I'll tell you, they've been putting Trump's lawyers through all this BS, right? Arresting his lawyers, putting his lawyers in jail, putting Trump's lawyers on witness stands, putting Trump's lawyers on depositions. It is nice to see one of these sleaze bucket lawyers for the other side on the hot seat. And Nathan Wade, remember, he was it once or twice? At least once, maybe twice. Went to... Oh, I forgot. Okay. Yes, they got it. Good. They went to... Good, he got it. He went to the White House and met with Biden's lawyer, the White House counsel, prior to charges being brought up against Trump. Which means, of course, there was collusion between Fani Willis, her gigolo boyfriend, Nathan Wade, and the Biden regime in the, sweet justice, that's exactly right, Robert, in the Biden regime with these charges against President Trump. And that's a crime. Plus, Fani's going to have to explain where she got the cash from. Do you think this, because Nathan Wade said he would put things on his credit card. By the way, she was paying him anyway, right? There was financial billing. When this first came to light, there was billing of, what was it, $653,000 or $657,000? It was $650 some odd $1,000 that they had been, that Fani's DA office paid Nathan Wade. And you could tell by talking, it's totally pay for play. She's paying him for the hookups, That's prostitution. But she was paying in cash. So at some point, they're going to get to Fani and go to her to find out where the cash came from. And what would be your guess? Like crazy. Let me know in the chat. If you're not watching live, let me know in the comments, okay? This cash that Fani Willis was paying Nathan Wade with, do you think she's going to be able to produce withdrawals from her bank account statements showing that she withdrew all that cash? Or do you think it came out of petty cash from the DA office? Which do you think? Did she take it from her own bank account and she'll be able to show the withdrawal slips, or did she take it from petty cash from the DA's office? I mean, why was she paying him in cash? Some of it was probably to hide the relationship from his wife and to hide the money from the wife, right? And then when he got that cash, what did he do with it, right? He said something that was crazy. He said that he may have given it to his kids. So they're going to go look at the kids and check out their bank accounts. I don't know how old his kids are. It's good. Doesn't get better than this, guys. This is really good stuff. It really is. Oh, good. They started working on the car. I can see them working on the car. That's a good thing. My guess would be she took it like out of petty cash. And for an office in a county that big and everything, petty cash could be a lot. And she may have even records on expense reports for that money. I don't know. But I know she's got a lot of explaining to do. And, the thing about people that are criminals, or people that hold public office and do, white-collar crimes like this, because these are white-collar crimes, right? This is not something that someone just does all of a sudden, right? They build up to it. They do things. They build up, and then they end up doing a whole bunch of different things. So if she was mismanaging money for her boy toy gigolo Nathan Wade, she was probably doing other things too with the money that she should not be doing. And they're going to find out about all this stuff. Trump knows exactly what he is doing. Now, this is the first time I've used this mic outside. This is the one I use when I'm live streaming in the mornings. And it's got the, they call this a dead cat for the wind. And it's pretty windy out here. So you guys let me know in the chat and in the comments, how's it sound? Are you hearing the wind noise, or is the mic sounding good? I don't know how well this works. I'll watch the video later, I guess, to check. But you guys can let me know how it sounds. One of the reasons I got this mic, not just because it's wireless, but so I could take it outside and not have problems with the wind, because it's always blowing wind here in Florida. Oh, good. They're working on the car. Sounds good. Okay, you don't hear the wind. So the dead cat on top works. Oh, man. Yeah, this is just amazing. I mean, what do you think is the big turning point that has everything turning in Trump's favor? I mean, everything's... Yep, this has a noise-canceling mic, too. So it doesn't pick up all the noise around too loud. Exactly. I'm sitting on the curb because they have a nice waiting room inside the auto shop, but I can't live stream in there. Yeah, they're working on the brakes, So, yeah, the birds sound better. God is the turning point. Well, that's true, but this, I think it may have been really, well, first off, Trump did no wrong, right? Trump did no wrong. And, I mean, so he's got that going in his favor. But the other things that President Trump has going in his favor is his incredibly huge popularity and the complete failure of the Obama-Biden administration here. My leg fell asleep. Hold on, guys. I'm sitting on the curb. So I was sitting on my leg there. Oh, man. You think I should take my Ray-Bans and do what Casey Neistat does and scratch them all up? You ever see Casey Neistat does that? But, they got a failed administration. They have an out-of-control border situation. They have 100 million MAGA people in the country. They have Donald Trump with these huge poll numbers. And also they have, these massive primary victories. And, Trump's not stoppable. And it's really amazing, all the things they've done all these years against him. And he's beat them out on every single one. Exactly. No, I'm getting the brakes worked on. So I hate buying brake pads. They're very expensive. Yeah. Viewing from the Caribbean, Jesus is with President Trump. Victory all the way. It would backfire badly. President Trump has had forces against him that have unlimited resources, right? The government, multiple governments, state government, city government, the federal government, they have unlimited financial resources and manpower. And they've been going after him, like 9 years, 8 years. How long ago did he come down the escalator, right? So it's like going on 9 years. And they haven't been able to get him on one darn thing. Not one thing. Remember they used to say, show me the man, I'll show you the crime? Well, they haven't been able to find the crime with Trump, have they? Not one. Not a single one. And you know what? They're not going to. You know why? Because he's done no crime. He's done nothing wrong. And they're never going to find anything on him because he's not a criminal. I mean, but who could go up against these people other than that? Wait, hold on a second here, guys. My wife just sent me a text. Send me that again, Kathy, because I missed the text. My foot has fallen asleep from sitting on the curb. So it's like massive pain. Hold on, I'm going to lose the feed for a second because I got to check my text. Okay, I'm back. Have the J6ers committed a crime? Probably most of them have not. Must have lots of ATMs nearby. What does that mean, Deborah? I don't quite get that. But, when you look at everything they brought up against President Trump, since they started spying on him in Trump Tower, these multi-million-dollar investigations, and none of them have stuck. I mean, they got this E. Jean Carroll verdict, but that's not going to hold up. He's not going to pay her 10 cents. And this Bragg case, that's going to fall apart too. I mean, if you remember, not only did he beat Stormy Daniels, but Stormy Daniels had to pay some of Trump's legal fees, remember? So, I mean, that was an unbelievably incredible thing. And so far as this trial in D.C. that he led an insurrection, well, they got a problem with that. Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, this liberal jerk Attorney General, has not charged, tried, or convicted anyone for insurrection. They got all these J6ers, right? They got all these J6ers. They're charged with all kinds of crimes, but none of them have been charged with insurrection. So if there are no insurrectionists, how can you have led an insurrection, right? Plus, he was cleared by Liz Cheney's committee in January 6th. They got no. So don't worry about the J6 trial. That's going nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. I'm just watching them work on my car. They started working on it and then they stopped. I hope the guy didn't go to lunch. I don't want to be here all day getting the car worked on for them to justify the outrageous price they're charging me. Well, and Nathan Wade, you know, when you watch him on the stand, he is very, very weak, I think, on the stand. He is not the level of attorney that gets paid $650-some thousand for anything, right? You know, he's not one of these dream team like lawyers, and he's getting paid like he's F. Lee Bailey, you know, and he's not that kind of quality attorney. You can tell by the way he is on the witness stand. He is very, very weak. Yes, welcome. I don't know why this guy started working on the car and then he just left. Drives me nuts. Yeah, he doesn't seem very bright. They told me it would take an hour and a half. I'm about 30 minutes into the hour and a half. Yeah, well, they already told me how much it's going to cost. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, he couldn't remember if he rented a cabin in Tennessee. He remembers everything. Well, you know, that not remembering, that is a legal tactic, right? You know, I don't recall, you know. And then if you bring the document, oh yeah, now I remember. Because you can't prove whether or not somebody has a recollection of something. So that's an old legal trick. Do they know who I am? Check the brakes when you leave. Well, if you notice, I left my MAGA hat at home, okay? So I didn't want to wear the MAGA hat while they're working on the brakes. Would you? You never know. It might help, but it could hurt. You can't trust liberals, right? Liberals are evil, devious people. And if they fixed my brakes or they didn't work right, they would probably feel it was justified. They would find some way to justify it. But I noticed a change in Nathan Wade during the first two, from when he was being questioned by the lady lawyer, who I was not impressed with her. You know, that lady lawyer, I read an article in the New York Post today about her. She's, she's representing one of the Trump defendants. And they said that she was like, you know, this killer lawyer. She's like the best lawyer. She doesn't take any BS and all this stuff. And I watched her. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed with her. Were you guys that impressed with her? I thought she was weak. And then the guy that came in after the break, that was an F. Lee Bailey type lawyer. He's the one that keeps calling Nathan Wade Mr. Willis, you know, like Mr. Mariah Carey. That's a real. He's doing that to throw him off, and has everybody in the courtroom laughing at him, is to make him feel like he's a woman. No, I was not impressed with the lady lawyer. She was weak, and I was listening to her questions, and she just didn't seem organized. You know, But this guy that came up after the break, he's kicking Nathan Wade's butt. Yeah, weak. Okay, yeah. I think she just got by on, being built like Dolly Parton her whole career. It looked like to me, because I was not impressed. Yeah, I might have tweeted the article for the New York Post that said that she, because I was like, oh wow, I never heard of her before, and I thought, oh wow, Killer Lawyer, let's check that out. And then she was weak. And Nathan Wade, even though he's not the brightest, he was kind of walking all over her, not remembering anything. And then this guy comes up after the break, and he's just all over Nathan Wade. But the way Nathan Wade talked, like all these cash payments he was getting from Fani, I mean, it makes it look like prostitution. Do I think Trump has the best lawyers in the country? That I don't know. I don't know who the best lawyers are. I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. I know he's got the best lawyers he can get. It's tough for Trump to find lawyers. A lot of lawyers don't want to work for Trump because Trump lawyers, they can get arrested, right? And lawyers don't like that, or they can be compelled to break attorney-client privilege, and that's not good for their business. So I think it's very hard to say that Trump has the best lawyers in the country because a lot of lawyers are afraid to work for him, Oh yeah, they're afraid. I mean, if you represent Trump and then you get arrested or you're forced to break attorney-client privilege, your legal career is done. My foot fell asleep again from sitting on this curb. Let me walk it off. Ugh. Here. All right, that's a little better. Ugh. I hate that when your foot goes to sleep, you know what I mean? When the guy came up after the break, with the male lawyer, Nathan Wade's lawyer, she didn't even sit down. She was standing up the whole time just so she could object over and over and over again. Okay, they got one done. Now they're working on the other side. Good. Oh man, my leg and foot are just like totally asleep now. He should have the bet. No, there's a reason. I mean, if you were a lawyer, would you be afraid to work for Trump? I think most of them are, and a lot of the area of law that he needs in a lot of these cases, he needs like Washington, D.C. type lawyers. And if they work for Trump, they won't get any work in the future. Their firms will be cut off. And, the thing about it is, Trump, he's not guilty of any of these things they've accused him of. I think we all agree. I mean, even liberals know that. They just don't care. Whatever it takes to stop Trump, they think is fully justified. They just don't care. And it is a nice day in Florida, isn't it? It's an absolutely nice day. I wish I wasn't so busy today because I would take the MAGA scooter out for a ride. But I got too much stuff to do today. But this is the first time, though, that I can remember lawyers being called to testify and lawyers getting charged and all this stuff. I don't remember this ever happening before with attorneys in this country until they started going after Trump's lawyers. Do you? This is completely new. And lawyers, they can represent killers and rapists and pedos, and that's okay. But if they represent Trump, all of a sudden they're in trouble. No, he's not guilty. The only thing he's guilty of is making America great again. Now, liberals think that's some kind of crime, of course. Making America great again. You know what they say? Great for who? And, oh my gosh. I know, it's insane. I saw something yesterday I had not seen before. I was driving by the middle school that my daughter went into. My daughter's 25 now, so it's been a long time since she was in middle school, but I drove by her middle school yesterday driving home when the kids got out, and I saw a transgender boy for the first time at the neighborhood school walking down the street, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this poor kid. And my wife said he'll grow out of it. Well, I hope he grows out of it before, he gets the irreversible surgery. Part of the reason a lot of this craziness is going on is because we have no moral leadership in this country right now. When Trump's back in office, we'll have moral leadership again. And then, it's sunny. And then a lot of these things will stop. Not just the Ukraine war and the southern border crisis, but some of these other things that are going on in the country, they will stop too. Yeah, brakes are way overpriced. Just way overpriced. It's freaking insane. When they told me the price, I couldn't believe. I'm like, are you kidding me? They really stick it to you. And I see a lot of people checking out and they're paying, and you can tell it's like they really can't afford it, but they got to do it. Auto repairs suck. But, Now, the reason I'm watching them is because I'm getting an alignment. And I want to make sure they do the alignment. They're done with the brakes. Now let me see if they do the alignment. Because the guy that's working on the car doesn't know it's me over here. I haven't dealt with him. How much do you think a wheel alignment should cost? Because I'll tell you what I am paying for the wheel alignment. How much should a wheel alignment cost? And I'll tell you what they quoted me, and then I was able to get them down. But I haven't gotten an alignment in a while. So I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're at. But what would you say an alignment would cost? I can't remember the last time I got an alignment. I've gotten them, but they're kind of like when you get other things done, so I don't pay much attention. But this time, because I'm just getting the two things done, $100? Is that average? No other guesses? $100 for an alignment? 25 pounds in the UK. I don't know how many dollars would that be for an alignment. I like that. 25 pounds. That's got to be less in US dollars than what I'm paying. $100, 25 pounds. About 100. Well, when I got here, I told them I need, I got the tire, I got the tires are friendly tires, so I want to get an alignment, and they told me $159. Can you believe it's $159 for an alignment? And I don't, what? And well, I got the tires balanced and everything at Friendly Tire. So I said $159. I said no, that's too much money. And then they said, well, we can knock $20 off of it. And I said, no, because, I got, at the dealer, I got free oil changes at the dealer. So I go to the dealer for oil changes. They give me free oil changes, which, synthetic oil, it's expensive, right? So I said, I said, I can get it cheaper than that at the dealer. So they knocked it down to $110, and I said, okay, I'll do it for $110. But from $159 to $110 in like 15 seconds. I probably should have tried to get him down a little bit more. Okay. Now he's done. Let me see what they're going to do with the car now. Because if I don't see him do the alignment, I want to ask them about it. Do you think there's any chance they would try to charge me for it and not do it? What do you guys think? Find out. Mechanics can be nasty? Absolutely. Absolutely they can be nasty. They get the cash from ATMs. She's going to have to produce bank statements for all that cash because he's implicated her with all these cash transactions of thousands and thousands of dollars, Nathan Wade. And I don't think she got them out of her bank account. I think she got them from the DA's office petty cash drawer. No, I needed one. I needed the alignment. Yeah, it was pulling way to the side. Get a printout. Well, the printout doesn't tell me if they've done it. The printout only tells me if they charge me for it. So, yeah, he has no idea where she got the money. He just takes the cash. She just leaves it on the dresser for him to grab when he walks out. I don't know how much do you think they keep in a petty cash drawer at a DA's office? Lawyers are all sleaze, you know. Trump said he's going to pardon the J6ers. He'll probably pardon them from the Capitol steps. You know, he said he's going to have a bunch of executive orders ready to go. I would not be surprised if the J6 pardons are done right on the Capitol steps, would you? Yeah, better call Saul. Yeah, you can't trust mechanics. Can't trust mechanics. You know, that's like my biggest worry with my daughter in California is eventually she's going to have to go to a mechanic. And hopefully I've taught her enough about how to deal with mechanics and a little bit about cars. It might be cheaper for me to fly out there and take her car to the mechanic for her when she needs repairs than have her go herself, right? Oh no, this guy, you know, Nathan Wade has totally sold out Fani. He's given them so much information about her. See, I think what he's doing is setting himself up to be a witness, to get immunity. I think he's signaling because he's got a lot of info. He's not going to go to jail for Fani, right? He was only with her for the money. You know, now that's dried up. He's in trouble. And he'll be the star witness for the prosecution and Fani Willis's trial. Oh yeah. All this information he's dropping today is to protect himself. He's been throwing her under the bus all day. And she's got to be pissed. She has got to be pissed off. Well, he betrayed his wife, the mother of his children. Why not Fani, right? Let me see. He said he's got kids. He said he might have given the cash that Fani gave him to his kids. So his gigolo money, he gives to his kids. So now they're going to look into the kids' bank accounts. All right. I didn't see them do the alignment, so I'm waiting to see if I'm going to have to remind them to do the alignment. I mean, I've gotten oil changes where they haven't changed the filter, you know. He does sound unpolished. He makes more money as a gigolo than he does an attorney. All right. That's exactly right. They give the money to their kids. But no, this case is going to fall apart. These two are so corrupt, regardless of what that judge in this particular case that's overseeing this today, even if he sides with Fani, this is not going to hold up. There's no way this is going to be allowed to hold up. There's just no freaking way. And they may have to go to an appeals process, but it's not going to hold up. She's obviously getting cash from somewhere. Okay. Now they're getting in the car. Let me see where they're taking it. Okay. Yep, they're taking it into the alignment right now. Good. Okay. They're never going to leave President Trump alone. You know that, right? For the rest of his life, they're going to be after him. They're never going to leave Trump alone. And I think he knows that. You know, and that's just something we got to accept. You know, that's it. You know, like, it depends on who's in charge of the Congress, but when 50 years from now, when President Trump passes away, do you think they're going to let him, do you think they'll let President Trump's body, when he dies in 50 years, lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda? No way. I bet they won't. And when President Carter passes away, do you think they're going to do you think they're going to invite Trump to President Carter's funeral with the other presidents? What do you think? And he'll be sitting there with the other presidents? Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, look how they mistreated Melania at Rosalind Carter's funeral. You know? That's how these people are. It's just how they are. They're never going to leave. He's not one of them. The donors have lost control of the country to Donald Trump and to us, and they can't handle it. Well, when they, you know, you keep hearing the mainstream media, oh, he's talking about revenge and he's going to enact revenge in his second term. It's not revenge, it's justice for all of the crimes that they've been committing. You know? They've been doing a lot of crime. It's not revenge. These people got to be brought to justice. And there'll be people coming to justice. There's going to be, you know, we're going to have a much larger majority. How could we not have a larger majority in the House than we have now? My goodness. Do we have a majority of 1 or 2 right now? It's ridiculous. It's freaking insane. You know, George Santos should still be there. But, I mean, the way things are going, Mike Johnson may not be Speaker for much longer. The Democrats may take over again. But we're going to have a bigger majority in the House, and there's going to be some serious hearings, and they're going to be televised. And it's not revenge. Justice is not revenge. You know, justice is not revenge. I know they want you to think it's revenge. They're the ones taking revenge because they've lost control. And, you know, and one thing Trump's not doing that, yeah, I will definitely test drive the car. The one thing that Trump's not doing, which I'm very glad he's not doing, is he doesn't pay much attention to the media this time around, right? In the past, he was always dueling with Acosta and all these jerks, and he's just leaving the media alone because, you know what? They're irrelevant. They spent years trying to stop him, and look where he's at. The media are not relevant anymore. They made themselves irrelevant. Well, it's like I was talking about this morning on the radio about the rhinos. The very fact that Lara Trump is moving to take over the RNC shows the Trump family's taking over the RNC, and that's a big defeat for the rhino Republican establishment. They've had that RNC, and they've been using it, screwing over MAGA candidates all over the country, and now the Trump family are taking over the RNC. That is big, and that's really, that's just amazing that's happening, right? Exactly. I'm glad I watched them do the alignment, because I would have been wondering. I hate to say, but you just can't trust mechanics. You can trust mechanics as much as you can trust lawyers, right? I'm sure most mechanics are fine, but, like if you go to a mechanic and get spark plugs and a tune-up, check the spark plugs. Make sure they didn't just clean your old spark plugs off and gave you new ones, right? Those are the kind of things that crooked mechanics do. This auto shop, I've been coming here for many, many years, but the people here are all new. So I'm keeping extra close tabs on them. Oh, that's good, CJ. If you were here, my car would be at your place. Oh, yeah. They leave the same parts in. Spark plugs in particular, they'll clean them off. You'll get your oil changed. They won't change the filter. Stupid stuff like that. Marjorie Taylor Greene for VP. She'd be good. I know we're always talking about Vivek and this and Kristi Noem. I don't know. Trump did say a couple weeks ago that when he makes the announcement, it won't be a surprise. Yeah, the RNC was blowing through money like the NRA. And when you control, the RNC's main purpose is fundraising. And now that Trump's taking it over, when they control the money of the RNC, that's control of the party. So Trump, with Lara Trump at the RNC, is taking over the party, finally. I don't know, Ben Carson's a little sleepy. A little sleepy. He's got to do one debate if they have a vice presidential debate. He's just a little sleepy. I like Ben Carson, but we haven't seen him like in almost 4 years, and he was sleepy then, so he's got to be sleepier now than then. Now I'm watching them do the alignment, so I'm glad they did it. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day. I mean, there's a cloud right over me, but it's really sunny. Yeah, too low key. You need somebody, we need someone that's got some energy and can kick a little butt. Because whoever Trump's vice president is has a very good chance of being the second MAGA president in 2028. Trump has to pick a successor. We thought it was going to be Ron DeSantis, and then he turned out to be a fake MAGA traitor. So it's not going to be Governor DeSantis. He's done. Next time I come here to get the brakes worked on at the auto shop, DeSantis might be the one helping me. Right? Well, Fox News, someone said, why does it have to be a woman president? I agree with that, Juan. Fox News has created this total BS story that Trump has a problem with suburban women. I think that's just something they make up when they've got nothing to say. Suburban women say this. Who are these suburban women they're always talking about? I don't think Trump has a problem with any women. That's just some crap they say that to have time when it's a slow news day to fill time on the 24-hour news monster. They start talking about Trump having a problem with suburban women. He has no problem with suburban women. The women at Fox may have a problem with Trump, but he does not have a problem with suburban women. So they do that. They get a discussion about he needs a female vice president and all this stuff. Now, I don't know. I don't think you would want Rand Paul. He's a libertarian, and libertarians are too unpredictable. He could screw you over. And I like Rand Paul, but I wouldn't want him to be the vice president. Nope. His pick won't be about getting votes. No, I would imagine his pick will be more about trust than anything, and maybe who he thinks might be his successor, because the second term, a lot of this second term is he's doing the MAGA apprentice. Yeah, right? The apprentice is back. He's got to find an apprentice that he's going to mentor to be the second MAGA president in 2028. So that may not be who he picks as vice president, but that's one of the big jobs that Trump has in the second term. There's no getting around that. It's a car mechanic's job to lie to you so they can make money. Yeah, that's why you got to know a little bit about cars. Yeah, he can pick any natural-born U.S. citizen that's 35 years age or older. Sarah Huckabee, okay, I don't trust her. She, a few months ago, I saw her on TV. They asked her if she would endorse Trump, and she wouldn't endorse Trump. I'm concerned about doing my job as governor of Arkansas. And she wanted to wait to see how Iowa turned out before she would come out and endorse Trump. That's not loyalty, and believe me, Trump saw that. No, believe me, Trump is all over this. He sees and hears everything. He knows everything that's going on. And there's a lot of people he probably thought would be on his list that showed their true colors like DeSantis did. And Sarah Huckabee, she's all right now, but she wouldn't endorse him. I'd like to see Don Jr. become the governor of Florida after Ron DeSantis. No, I don't think it'll be Tim Scott. Tim Scott, Trump's pumping up Tim Scott a lot because he's got, Tim Scott's the sitting senator from South Carolina. And we got that going on, But Tim Scott gets weird when he's on stage and he gets into this black preacher head. He's kind of like Arsenio Hall in Coming to America when he gets up to get on a stage. It can't be Byron Donalds or Matt Gaetz. You can't have the running mate from the same state as the top of the ticket. So Byron Donalds and Gaetz are both Florida guys. They can't be from Florida because Trump's residence is in Florida. Oh, Don Jr. would be a great governor of Florida. He pretty much is here full time, and I see him all the time he's fishing in Lake Okeechobee, fishing out here off the beach and everything else. He knows Florida pretty well, and he's loved in Florida. He would be a great governor here in Florida. I think Tim Scott gets weird. We do need more MAGA strong Republicans, but we don't have that many that you can trust. I mean, you can count on your hand, J.D. Vance. I don't think it's going to be someone from Congress because we wouldn't want to lose that seat. If it was J.D. Vance, he'd have to resign from the Senate. They'd have a special election, and that throws that seat up in the air. Scott is like Gump. Oh, you mean like Bubba? From Bubba, Grinnell? No, it's going to be... I think it'll be someone who is probably either holding office right now, elected office, or held it in recent years. Like, what's the guy's name that was running? The governor of North Dakota that was on stage with Trump, with Vivek and Tim Scott. I always forget his name. It wouldn't surprise me if it was that guy. There's no way to know. The only reason it's important is because we're thinking about, well, who's going to be the nominee in 2028, right? That's the only oh, no, not Pompeo. No way. Pompeo's a snake. He is a snake. That alignment's taken them a long time. I wonder if I could have talked them more. I said the alignment, they started at 159. I got them down to 110. I wonder if I could have got them down any more. Probably. Maybe I could have gotten maybe another $10 off if I'd have pushed it. But I figured I got them down. I got them down that much. I got them down $50. So I should just take my victory. Hey, Deborah. Welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and everyone like the video, guys. Most Republicans are not worthy of wearing the MAGA crown. Well, a lot of them are fake MAGA, like DeSantis. They just pretend because they know if they come out as not really being MAGA and against Trump, they're done. Mike Lindell for press secretary, yeah, that'd be nice. Mike Lindell's pretty impressive in person. Have any of you ever met Mike Lindell? He's pretty impressive. Not an have a safeguard. Some things are worth paying for, CJ. Yeah, exactly. I was just so surprised how quick they took $50 off the bill. It just kind of shocked me. Well, what happens is with these Washington insiders, these staffers and cabinet members, they start thinking about their Washington life after Trump's second term. So that's when they start to screw him over. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that Mike Pence was a spy the whole time. Mike Pence was in every meeting with President Trump, and he was probably the big Trump White House leaker. He probably was leaking everything. Mike Pence would be my guess. They said it would take 90 minutes, about, and we're about an hour and 10 minutes into it. Because I was waiting for about 10 minutes before I started the stream. Oh, Jeff Sessions, what a snake he was. But he wasn't around long. Fani getting cash from Pelosi. I really can't wait to find out where Fani was getting all that cash that she was giving Nathan Wade. Well, they said, Trump said that Flynn lied to Pence. That's why Trump says he fired him. I've heard Trump say that at least once. Oh, Mike Pence is a phony. I mean, if the house that he lives in now is massive. Massive. I mean, it's huge. He upgraded after he left Washington. I wonder how he did that, huh? Yeah, break. I think we know how he did it. He's a real sleaze. I never liked Pence. I never trusted Pence. When I first saw him, I didn't trust him. He always seemed, to me, sleazy. Sleazy. Now, there's been, I'm standing here like in the grass next to the parking lot, and someone's been out here. I'm not going to touch this bottle, but I'll show you. Let me see if I can, hold on. Look at this. Someone's been out here drinking. I don't want to flip it over. I don't want to touch it, because anyone who was drinking that out here, I hope it's not the guy working on my car. What would be in that bottle if we were to flip it over? I'm not going to touch it. That bottle probably has all kinds of disease on it. I know. Isn't that nice? That's just what you want to see when you're at the auto shop. Urine? Vodka? I know, it is gross, isn't it? It's yours. Yeah. Let me see if I can find... Hold on, let me see if I can find something. Okay, here we go. Let's turn it over and find out what's in it, okay? Okay, hold on. Okay. I got this stick. I think it's Hennessy. Yep, Hennessy. Yeah. There you go. %40 proof. There you go. Yeah. All right, we solved the mystery. Who guessed Hennessy? Somebody guessed it. Lisa. Lisa knows her liquor. Not going to ask her how she knows. Got a husband with a drinking problem? I don't know. Oh, you think it was one of the mechanics on his lunch break? Yeah, she knew by the bottle. The last guy waiting for his brake job. Yeah, then he drove home. Oh, he used to clean bar, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. They just finished. I'll do my own test drive on my way home. I've never had Hennessy. I'm just I think I'm giving up drinking alcohol. Steve told me I should wait until after the cruise. And what happened was on Friday, when I got off the air last Friday, I went right to the port and we took a tour of the cruise ship. And I had a couple of drinks on the cruise, and I had not eaten. All right, they're done. They're bringing the car back, right? I had not eaten, and I had a couple drinks, and we had nice lunch. They wine and dine us. And then I went home, and then that was Friday, and I woke up on Saturday, and I was like hungover. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to spend the whole week on the cruise like this. They just finished the car. They waved me over, so I'll see you guys later, all right? If you're new, subscribe. Everyone else, like the video, all right? My name's Brian. I'll see you next time.